surprise, I decided to drop a bonus episode this week. I'm sure you have been seeing, like I have, so many wonderful businesses offering free services, tips, advice, etc. during this really crazy time during the quarantine. So I did a call out to ask for some locally owned female business owners to leave me a message with their biggest self-care tips and also to let my audience know, you all, some free services they're offering right now to help us all get through this pandemic. And these ladies really pulled through. So I'm so excited to share these 5 ladies with you and their biggest self-care tips, which is what was so amazing listening back to is everyone had different perspectives on self-care, and that's what it's all about, right? So sit back and relax. Make sure you stick around to the end because I will still share my biggest takeaways. And more so than anything, I hope you will go and follow these ladies. I'll make sure to include links to all of them in the show notes so you can get connected with them and take advantage of some of the free services they're offering right now. So let's listen in. Hey friend, welcome to the Self-Care Isn't Selfish podcast. I'm your host, Emily Nichols. As a Whole30 certified coach, wife, busy working boy mom, and your self-care guru, I'm here to help you start putting yourself first without the guilt. Each week you'll hear motivating and practical tips on how you can create a habit of self-care through interviews with my amazing guests or quick solo episodes with me. After each episode, you'll walk away with an action plan and feel empowered to implement what you have learned into your life. So grab a cup of coffee, glass of wine, or your favorite sparkling water, and let's do this.
Hey, Emily. First of all, thank you so much for having us on your podcast. I think that's super amazing that you're doing this right now during this time. My name is Safina Duke. I am a life coach. I help my clients transform in all areas of their life. So relationships, finances, like health and wellness. And what I really, really love helping people with is being a mom and being in business, because that was my personal struggle and my personal breakthrough. And I've done a ton of work on that. So I just love helping people with their mindset. Mindset is 100% everything, and it just makes a huge difference. What I've been doing since the pandemic is I started a Facebook group. It's called Mama's Made for More. And I am doing free trainings in there. I'm teaching people how to coach themselves. But more importantly, I'm kind of just getting in there and checking in on people, and I'm sharing my own experiences. So like all of the vulnerability, all of the stuff that I go through with my own experience of being home and homeschooling my own kid and just dealing with this pandemic together. I don't think anyone really knows what we're doing. So every time I figure something out, I'm just sharing it. And I just want people to know they're not alone, and kind of know how to have little tools to be able to help themselves through this. I love your definition of self-care. What it means to me is that I really just know that I need help whenever I get sick or whenever I get super emotional or stressed out or overwhelmed. That's kind of when I know that I need to just stop, and I just lay around all day. It's not really that crazy, but I just take the minute, and I don't feel bad about myself. I don't make it mean that I'm a bad mom or a bad wife because I didn't clean or, hang out with my kid all day. I'm like, my kid's going to be fine. We're all going to be fine. And I just take a day off. What I really want to say to everybody during this pandemic is, I know it's really hard, and I know it's harder for some of you than others, but it's going to be hard either way, right? So let's just say yes to all the bad, and let's stop hurting more over the pain. Like, let's stop causing pain about it being so hard, right? So when we feel like things shouldn't be happening and we feel like it's this hard and we feel like we should be doing a better job, we're just like adding on suffering on top of our pain that we're already going through. So, and especially, I know a lot of us, me, myself included, I give myself a hard time. I feel like I should be doing a million things during this time. And it's really just, it really helps to just give yourself a little break and be like, hey, it's fine. It's going to be hard. It's fine. So you can find me if you want to add me on Facebook. My name is Safina Duke, and I also have a free Facebook group, like I said, called Mama's Made for More. So thank you so much for having me on here, and I hope to see you in there. Bye.
Hi, everybody. I want to thank Emily for allowing me to come on today to Self-Care Isn't Selfish podcast today. My name is Kristen Haler, and I am a hairstylist, or a hairapist, if you will. Some of my clients would love to refer to me as that. I'm going to talk to you guys today about self-care and what that means for me personally and also in my business. So, focusing on self-care for myself personally would be finding out what makes me me, and really embracing and empowering all those things that better myself, I think is really important in self-care for me personally. And right now I have been really digging in deep on that and trying to figure out what that means. And so far I have come up with, I think we all stand on pillars, and we have probably these 3 pillars that really make us what we are. So I have been digging in trying to figure out what makes me me. And one of the pillars is authenticity for myself. And I think that is super important in a personal aspect as well as a business aspect. And I'm still really working on my 2 other pillars, but that's what self-care is. It's working on yourself on a day-to-day basis. So, another technique or tip, I guess I could say, for self-care, I think would be giving yourself a shower daily. I know it seems small, but that is one of the most important things, and it really refreshes you. It gets you motivated to get going through the day. It just is refreshing, in all honesty. And then after you shower, this is going to lead me right into the business side of self-care. Throw a deep conditioner on your hair. Our hair is so thirsty right now. I think right now you could spend that extra time, instead of leaving your deep conditioner on for say 2 minutes, 5 minutes, you can throw it on your hair when you get out of the shower, braid your hair back, throw it in a messy bun, and just go about your day. Do some e-learning, clean a cabinet out, and then rinse it out. Your hair will thank you endlessly. Another awesome thing that I think business-wise for myself, and then also for you guys to look at, would be there are so many tutorials out there right now. I know so many of my clients are always like, oh, I wish I could take you home with me. I wish you could be there in the morning before I go to work and style my hair. Well, right now is the time. There are so many educational platforms out there that you could dive deep into and learn these styling techniques that you have always wanted to do but just haven't had the time. Mess around with different curling techniques or different tools or different products. There's so many different things out there. I know I personally struggle with braiding, and I know a lot of people would say, what? You're a hairdresser. You should be able to braid hair. That has always been my weak spot in the industry. So I have been watching tons of videos on different braiding techniques, different techniques that are braids that aren't really braids. And there are so many things out there that look super hard, super intricate, but really when you watch a tutorial and they break everything down for you, you will be unbelievably surprised at how simple some of these things really are. And I think it's really awesome that there's so many different platforms out there right now with so much free education. So I think that could be also something that is super empowering. Just taking on all of this free education and knowledge that people want to throw at you right now. And really, I have so much on my Instagram right now. So if you're looking for all that kind of fun stuff to mess around with your hair, product information, how to apply certain things, all that good juicy stuff, check out my Instagram. It's G Salon Fishers, the letter G Salon Fishers, on Instagram, on TikTok, on Facebook. Check them all out. There's tons of videos on there, different links that will take you directly to products that I teach about on there. There's just so much free stuff out there right now, so I think you would be crazy to not take advantage of some of that is out there right now. Other than that, I think self-care is just really what makes you happy, makes you bright. I think just honing in on those little things will change self-care for you. So I think that wraps it up for me. But if you guys have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out to me on Instagram, on Facebook. Send me a message, slide into my DM at G Salon Fishers on Instagram. I'd love to help you with anything that you need self-care wise. So once again, I want to thank Emily for allowing me to come on here today. It's really fun to dive into what self-care means to me, and I hope to see you guys soon. Bye.
Hey, Emily, thank you so much for putting these messages together. I think it's an awesome idea, and I just wanted to let you know that I really, really appreciate this. My name is Kristen Swart, and I'm a licensed social worker and therapist at Peace Counseling Group in Carmel, Indiana. I am offering a few free or reduced fee virtual sessions to be determined at my discretion, preference being given to medical professionals right now, or if you've lost your job because of the pandemic, or even if you're a parent or spouse who's at home all day long with your loved ones and you just want to create a space where you can have a little bit of peace for yourself right now, you can have some mental, emotional self-care. It is not beyond your reach, even in these uncertain times. Self-care to me means being able to love yourself enough that you can truly love the other people in your life rather than depending on them all the time or even expecting them to depend on you all the time. You can simply say, I love you. Period. End of sentence. And not, I'll love you if. Sometimes we can't do this on our own because we can't hear and see all of our own stuff that we carry with us. I know I can't see all my own stuff either. My biggest message for people right now is that you really aren't alone, and whatever feeling you're having is okay. I'm not saying it's okay to take that feeling out on others, but it is okay to have that feeling. Feelings are just indicators. Sometimes feelings like anger can mask sadness, fear, or even grief. And those are hard feelings. And it can sometimes take somebody witnessing our sadness, fear, or grief to truly let it go so we can have peace no matter what we're going through. Yes, even a pandemic. Thank you for allowing me this opportunity to share this with you. And if you want to check out my bio and my blogs, you can do so at peacecounslinggroup.com. It's all one word, and that's peace, Peace, counselinggroup.com. Or if you want more details about the free or reduced fee sessions, you can send a message through our contact page and ask for me specifically. I wish you all the best, regardless of where you are and what you're going through. And I just want to say thank you again.
Hi, I'm Dr. Hillary Hushower from Rangeline Chiropractic. I wanted to tell you a little bit what I think self-care means and what it means to me. It means taking a mental check to me, making sure that I'm okay. I think one of the biggest things that I tell my patients is that you have to take care of yourself if you're going to take care of others. And a lot of times I'm using that in like a back and neck kind of approach. But for me, I know that I need to take care of myself if I'm going to take care of 60 some people a day. I need my me time. I need my time to myself. I love my kids and my husband, but I need time for me to kind of decompress. And that's okay. And telling ourselves that it's okay to want me time, that's fine. We deserve it. And ask for the help. I think it's really hard as women, and for me as a business owner and a mom and a wife, to ask for help. And I've gotten better at that, but I guarantee I'm not the best. I also like time for me to keep up with what I call like feminine touches. Like I like to do my nails and hair and makeup and clothing and jewelry, that type of fun, pretty stuff that I like for me. I don't care if anyone else likes it. I like it. I also want to make sure that I'm keeping up with my healthcare too. So, I mean, I'm a chiropractor and I work with another chiropractor, and I make sure that she regularly checks my spine. I'm making sure I'm getting regular massages. And now that we're in this COVID crisis, I can't go get a massage somewhere with a one-on-one touch, but we have massage chairs in our office that we sit in that are wonderful. So I make sure that I'm getting my extra time in that, because again, I have to take care of myself before I take care of others. My biggest message that I would like to tell you guys is that, we're in this together. It's no one's by themselves. We're here for each other. We need to spread the kindness. What I try to do is I have a Facebook group called Rangeline Chiropractic VIP group. You do have to access a request to join. But in there, I'm trying to do happy things. I do readings from a karma book. I do funny things. I interview people, little tidbits here and there. And I do throw in some stretches and, chiropractic stuff. That's all in the group. We need to form a community. We need to be there for each other. I also do freebies in that group. You may have seen some of my posts on Facebook. I do a lot of free giving to the community. I give away free food in the community. I give away neck pillows. I give away free eye masks for headache and migraine sufferers. So I do a lot for my local Carmel community. So I'd love for you to reach out and check us out and see if there's any way I can help you, even if it's just talking to you. I'm there for you. I reach out on a weekly basis to my patients and I send them emails just saying, hey, how are you doing? And I do get about 20 or more responses that I personally write back to, or lately I've been doing videos back to them just so they can see my face. And I'm trying to be positive during this time. And again, we're in it together. Spread the kindness and take care of yourself so you can take care of others.
Hey there, this is Brooke Lockett, the host of RSVP Radio with Brooke podcast, and I am a certified faster way to fat loss coach. And what self-care means to me and many things, but essentially taking time to replenish yourself, both mentally, physically, and taking time to be your best self, because that's not selfish, that's selfless. Because if you are at your best and you feel refreshed and replenished both mentally and physically, then that's going to go into your family, your friends, your community, and everybody else. So that's what it means to me. And to help my clients and followers and listeners get through this difficult time, I have a recipe guide for quick weeknight meals and smoothie recipes that you can easily access. It's a 10-page document. And I also have a time management guide that gives my best 5 principles and practices for managing your time effectively, especially in this craziness right now. And this will help set you up for success even after this COVID crisis is over. So you can find me on the web at brooklockett.com. You can also find me on the RSVP Radio with Brooke podcast on all podcast platforms, on Instagram at brooklockett12, and then on Facebook. So I hope to connect with you, and thanks, Emily, for having us on your show.
Thank you so much, ladies. I so enjoyed listening to all of your tips, and will take a lot of those to heart myself. My biggest takeaways that I want you all to think about today is the overarching theme from each of these ladies was you need to find a way to take care of your emotional, mental, and physical self-care. And that's going to look different for everybody. But also another big takeaway to think about, during this time, if you own a business or even if you don't own a business, there's a big feeling of hopelessness. We aren't able to do anything to make it better. But there is one thing you can do. You can serve others. You can be kind and loving towards others. Send a card in the mail to somebody, send groceries to somebody, or just send a nice text or email to let someone know you're thinking about them. Serving and loving on each other is going to help you feel maybe a little less hopeless in a really uncertain time right now. So please make sure to go to the show notes and follow each of these ladies to take advantage of these free services that they're offering, but also to follow them on their Instagram stories and really get some inspiration from them and what they're doing right now to make self-care a priority in their lives. As a reminder, I'm still offering my self-care coaching at my introductory rate. You can also check the link in the show notes for my free self-care checklist to help you get started crafting your own self-care routine, which right now is more important than ever. If you loved today's episode, please leave a rating and review. Follow me over on Instagram at EmilyNichols22 or at Self-Care Isn't Selfish Podcast. I love you all. Thank you again to the ladies for sharing their hearts today. We're all in this together, gang. See you next week.